Perfect time to have to cough. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Aftermath Session 10. As you see, I'm joined by my players. When last we left off, our party has been traveling around. Their town was burnt down by a group of goblins. Their fellow townsfolk were either killed or kidnapped. They went on a mission to find them, to get them back, to save them, and they were successful, luckily, with that. However, in the long run of things, they have sent them back, like most of those people, back to the town. They're still chasing after a couple of things. Og, who has left the party for the moment while he goes to the big town port to try to track down this dwarf in a dirigible that took his parents away. Along with on that dirigible, or so we think, is Rami has been tasked to gather a certain artifact from that's in possession upon that dirigible at the moment. So the party kind of moved forward while they were within the town of Monument. They kind of got on the wrong side of the local lord of the land, Mason Black, and on their way to the train station they were attacked. Narrowly escaping, Rami and Sunru got on the train. However, sadly, Braids was left behind as he was captured in a web spell and then grappled by several of Mason Black's thugs, and the party was kind of forced to leave him behind or else suffer a similar fate. Thus, we will be down, at least for the beginning. One of our characters, our Braids, will be gone for a short bit. But with that, we're going to go into our intro. We'll come back and we'll get started with Rami and Sunny on the train, just having kind of caught their breath from running and narrowly escaping.
So this means I can just leave, right?
Yeah, just walk away. It's okay. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are. You two find yourselves on the train. The kind of crowd within here, as you finally kind of catch your breath and look around, you see it's a pretty packed seating car. Within this car, there are people just kind of turned and staring at you. The closest people in the seats and stuff have kind of slunk away as far away as they can get from you, as they have kind of witnessed this scene outside the window, this battle taking place, and you two running and jumping on the train. You see a ticket master, you see a guy like dressed in his like uniform suit walk over, slowly, kind of gauging you guys, looking at you, seeing if you're violent or if you're dangerous, and as he kind of sees that you're more or less just kind of catching your breath and figuring it all out, he'll walk over. Excuse me, gentlemen. Do you guys have tickets?
Yeah, tickets. Um,
Ah,
I'll put
yeah. Oh gosh. Tickets. Yes. We of course.
We bought them the other day. I pull them out.
Oh, thank God.
Ah,
I genuinely forgot
Perfect.
that we had tickets.
Yeah.
I was about to cast charm person on this. Can you imagine?
then.
I hold up the 2 tickets. Well, 3 tickets.
Oof.
Oh, did you have someone else joining you?
I didn't manage to get the train, and I awkwardly put the ticket away.
What a
But
shame.
we should still have that space available to us, correct?
Oh yes, we have a yes, we have seats available, and the seats themselves are kind of first come first serve. The trip you booked is all the way to the coast, so it is about a 3 days journey, depending on you know mechanical stops and things like that here and there, but should be about 3 days. So in that we have dining cars, we have a drinking car, there's a gambling car, there is sleeper cars as well, and each of you have assigned a sleeper to your
Oh, we
ticket.
have a sleeper space. We have a sleeper ticket.
Yes. This is for these longer journeys. The company kind of mandates that you have purchased the sleeper ticket, which is worked into the price of your ticket here.
Interesting.
Probably so we don't just sleep anywhere.
Yes, exactly. They used to like have different tiers, but then you'd have people just sleeping in the seating spots or in the drinking car, and then you don't really know if someone's drunk or they're asleep, and it kind of got to be a eyesore at times. So
I can imagine.
kind of decided that it was not the best practice, so switched to a more mandated sleeper position. Which if you head back a few cars there, you go past the dining car and the drinking car, and then the gambling car, and then after that are the sleepers. I think yours is 3 sleepers back, judging by your tickets here. Each card has 3 beds in there. So if since you guys booked together, it was your 3 would be that car, more or less, to yourself. However, of course, people walk through the hallways and such.
Mm.
Anything else you
Thank you.
require?
No, sorry, your name was? I'm sure we'll bump into you again if 3 days.
Yes, my name is Mikhail.
Well, lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
pleasure.
Mikhail.
Of course. Like I said, anything you guys need, I'll be running around, of course. And then there's other people. Just look for the uniform, and we'll be happy to help you.
Oh, okay, I then actually probably look at the uniform in case I need to imitate it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also like studying facial features and vocal nuance as well.
Yeah. So he is a larger man who probably had some sort of like more militant experience in his past. He's starting to get a little bit on the older side. Just like touches of grays here and there. He's not full blown. So probably somewhere in late 40s or so. Starting to like, he's got a bit of a gut, but you can still see that like once he was more muscular than he currently is. Carries himself pretty well. Uniform itself, it's like a gray, like a just not fully like a charcoal gray, but it's a fairly dark gray suit with like a blue line trim along it, and then there's like a train symbol upon one of the breasts, with like above like a triangular, like there's a triangular symbol, that's like in gold, and then on top of it's like a blue train that's like the engine part of a train.
Okay.
Well,
Should we just make our way right through to our spot, or do you want to?
I look us both up and down. I'm probably a bit beat up. I start doing prestidigitation as slyly as I can to avoid the glare, just to clean myself up. And I guess I try and attempt to do it on yourself, but you're not wearing anything, are you?
it's actually naked underneath an illusion, so
Yeah.
still looks perfectly handled.
So I
Unless
go
they
to do it and
desire
you
it
realise
not to
there's
be.
not a thing out of place. And
Yeah.
maybe we should at least see what the train is, and if the sleeping cart's at the very end, at least we know where we're going to be at the end of the night. Maybe we should go down to the sleep cart, see what's on the train, and decide what we're going to do for the next few days.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not going to lie, I've got some wounds, so I wouldn't mind
No,
healing.
of course. Whatever you think is best, Simon.
It's just,
Roman-
that was a lot. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it either.
If we're not still holding hands, I will then grab your hand and then lead you down the carts.
I take your hand and I break out my reverie and I try to smile.
All right.
Yeah, staff in one hand, Rummy in the other. I awkwardly hop down the corridor.
All right. You guys begin your trek out. So you start making your way towards the sleeper car, stepping through from like the seating cars. You enter kind of the group of entertainment cars. So there are there would be, let's see, like a dining car where it's like long tables set up with chairs, and everything's like kind of like tacked down so that it doesn't bounce too much on there, but it's very nice and elegant. There are like these like chandeliers that are hanging down from the ceiling, kind of swaying a little bit as the train goes, letting off this kind of like dim light. There are people in there already. They're eating at the moment. Waiters that are kind of like running around. Along one wall, there's like the hot trays and things like that, where the waiters are going to like grab some of the foods that they can keep prepped here versus the stuff that are cooked and brought out directly. So some of like the breads and things like that, they're like running around getting those. They kind of disappear through the carts and stuff to go get food. They had actually, like, you see a waiter that kind of like runs past you and like starts heading, past the seating cars towards where there's like somewhere up there a chef car essentially. You enter a drinking car, which is essentially looks like a bar, like a little pub almost, nicely made out, with a full-blown bar, and then like tables and chairs and a couple of benches, or like couches and tables, with like a light blue cloths and stuff for the padding and for the tablecloths. And then heading through there, you're gonna pass through like the gambling car, then you get through the gambling car, and you get to the sleeper cars. Like you said, yours is the third back. All these that you've passed have been pretty bustling, pretty busy. It seems like this train is fairly full of people as you get there. But you will get you.
Everyone on this train has their own sleeping arrangement?
It would appear so. Now, some are probably better than others. Being in the position that you guys have gotten to in your car is that essentially, like, at this point in the train ride, there's not many like cheap spots open left anymore, so you are almost forced, like, that's one of the reasons for the 25 gold price ticket, is that there's pretty much only these private sleeper cars that are left for you.
Knew we should have got the rail card.
Well, we should maybe have just booked earlier during the sale.
True. Off peak would have been a lot more.
Oh,
Money just, yeah.
that's where it's the good stuff. Oh well.
We live, we learn, we laugh.
So in my head, you just said it's a really busy train. So if there's like 100 people who are sat down, are there like 30 sleeping carriages going at the back of this train?
So there are probably like a dozen or so. There are several that are like this one that you guys have. I just realized that for some reason it doesn't auto give you guys vision, so let me do that.
Oh, we're looking at that.
And then there are some that are more like bunk style sleeping cars, but
More
like
compact.
said, based on the point you are in the journey, the only thing left is like the 25 gold. You get a sleeper car with everything else. So this is essentially your guys' sleeper car area.
What? This whole cart's ours. We got a room each.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. I'm going to take the middle.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll just take the next one. I'm not gonna fuss the one with the cow in if we need to pick, but I am coming in your one to talk.
Oh, okay.
I can't move myself. Oh, it's because it's paused then.
What's wrong?
The game's paused. I was trying to move myself.
Oh.
I can't actually move myself.
I'm sorry, forgot to hit the button. There you go. Now you should be good.
Yeah. What now? As I just look at you, lost. We're the
did.
only ones.
It's just you and me.
Do you think they'll kill Braids?
No. They'll recognize he has a value to them, and they'll maybe make him work off and pay off a debt. And then after a couple of months, they'll set him free.
Big sigh of relief. Don't know if you're saying it's true, but I'm accepting it because it's all I've got at the moment.
I understand.
Shall we rest and maybe look at
Yes.
getting some food or drinks? I don't know.
I know it's the middle of the day, but it's been a hell of a day. This day's been a hell of a week, really. Okay, let's get some food from the food cart, and then we'll head our way back. Okay?
Food first. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you lead the way.
All right. We may stop off on the way past the casino table, so just give me your money. Okay, let's go.
So are you guys taking a rest now? Or are you guys going out directly?
We're gonna go get
Looks
some
like food first.
Okay.
Always food first.
Always food first.
All right.
Much. No.
Yeah, you guys make your way up to the dining cart. They kind of gesture, you know, once you guys let them know that you want to eat, they usher you over to like a small little two-top table, sit you down. They hand you some menus. They're not super long menus. They're pretty short. And the waiter will hand you the menus and say, welcome. Greetings. Have you been aboard our car before? Have you eaten here before? I don't recognize you.
This will be our first.
All right. Well, the items on the menu here are part of your ticket price. They're worked in. Your meals. You get 3 meals on your day, included in your price. Anything special, alcoholic beverages or things like that, we can get for you. However, there is an additional charge on those. But yes, take a moment, look over your menu, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to fetch some water, though. It has been hot out, so probably worth a little bit to have a sip or two, and you can think on what you want. He kind of scurries off.
Let's take a look at this menu.
We got food. We don't have to worry about that then. I was kind of concerned.
Yes.
That's
Scratch my.
That's right,
I
Brains.
could
What's your
realise
food?
that probably don't
Your
have-
food source.
Yeah. I'm holding my little coin purse inside my like tunic, feeling it, and I'm like, there's not much left in there. Not that I'm actually looking in it. Just going.
It's the weight of it.
Back
Yeah,
away. Yeah.
for sure.
Luckily, all coins sound the same, so you don't actually know if those are copper pieces or gold pieces.
Exactly.
And what's the difference? There's no difference.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, metal's metal.
Not when you
Come
can
on.
change its color again.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, he comes back soon. He hands some water. Takes your order.
I will order 2 dishes and pull out the extra ticket and say our friend should be joining us.
Oh, yes. What you want to order for them, or you want to wait for them?
Please. And I'll order a dessert as that meal.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, perfect. And he'll gather up, you know, whatever plates that he doesn't see that you guys are using based on what you ordered. He goes, takes off, comes back with some bread, puts it on the table, runs off, comes back a little bit later with your meals. Unless you guys have anything you exactly want to roleplay, you guys get to have a very nice
I do
meal.
look around the cart though. Obviously, we're on here for a few days. I'm going to assume some of these people are going to be on here for maybe as long as we are, or even not for a few stops. Knowing that Mr. Black and his men, are there anybody that looks like they would work? Anybody look like they could be his hired guns, or anybody under? Is anyone looking at us too much? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so based on kind of like what you had seen before, by the way that his men dressed, people in this cart and the people you've seen, for the most part, given the cost of this travel, are fairly well off. They dress nicely, and keep themselves nice and clean, well groomed. In general, these look far better off than the people you were familiar seeing at Mr. Black's and around him as well.
Okay.
Um,
That's kind of reassuring, I guess, but also at the same time, I don't know how these guys got their money.
Yeah, I
They're in
mean,
the middle of nowhere. So
that is the other thing. I mean, you could make some rolls if you really want to delve into seeing what you spot, but in general, on quick glance, that was an obvious.
our eyes are too distracted waiting for this dessert, whatever it is, to come up.
Okay.
Everything else is a second full.
Yeah.
So, Romy.
Yeah.
Do we need to worry about Black coming after us? Like,
Well,
he knows we're on this train.
yeah.
Those the men know we're on this train. And we're going to be on this train for, well, 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it, but I've definitely read, and I don't know how much power he's got, money and wealth, but there are ways of sending communications. And if he was to call anyone ahead of the train, I just think we need to be careful, and I don't know how.
I mean, what's the use of worrying about that? If he comes after us, he comes after us. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'm not going to be waiting for some man to let me know whether or not he's going to show up. I can't control it. And if I can't control it, then I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get scared about him sending his men after us.
Okay.
Do I think that they will? I think they think we're going to come back for braids. But I don't think
they're... I want to, though.
I want to as well. But we're not going to do that, at least in the short term. We can't. We can't. We barely survived. So we make some
The
friends.
only reassuring thing is knowing that he can't feel pain. I watched him die so many times and get up with no moaning.
Yeah.
Like not a single cry, pain. So at least I know he won't. They can't torture him.
Yeah. That's true. They would just, yeah.
They'll just put him to work on one of the ranches or something.
Yeah, that's some kind of ranch up north, upstate. You know. Yeah, he'll be fine. We need to just press on.
Okay.
Be mindful if we come back through his territory, probably not a good idea to come looking like we do. But we'll just keep an eye out for people who seem interested in what we look like. Come.
The waiter comes over and drops off the dessert. Is your friend all right? I haven't seen him. But the dessert,
I think he's just overslept. I'll just eat this for now. Don't you worry.
All right.
And I will tuck into it and forget to offer Romy anything.
I mean, we'll be like looking at Sunny like.
So yeah, to be honest, after the talk, I'm still stuffing like the fruit in my mouth. I'm like, I feel really more relaxed now. Thank you.
Wow. The whole
Yeah.
thing, that was amazing.
In, gone, all of
Gone. Like a Hoover. Okay.
it. And then after I finish the bowl, I pull out the spare ticket and pass it to you, Romy. I was like, you should do it next time.
Oh, well, I mean, I couldn't possibly, sure. I could go some breakfast. I'll do the breakfasts, you do the dinner, and we'll go halvesies on the lunches. I'm
Okay.
trying to. I don't really think I will have a dessert just before I go to bed. It tends to give me a headache, and around about 2 in the morning. You're young. You don't have that yet.
Yeah. I was like, what you said just went straight over my head. I was like,
What? What?
If you guys want, you can count like this kind of lunchtime as like a long or a short rest. Spend some hit dice or do anything that
I
you
will
get
take it.
based on that.
Short rest.
1 die, 2 die, 3 die.
Hold the die.
18
There
hit
you
points back.
There you go.
And I'm now 1 shy of being at max.
There you go.
I apparently still have 1 temp HP as well.
So there you go. You're at max, more or less.
Yeah, so
Perfect. Yeah, and as you kind of finish up your meal, the waiter comes and like takes away the plates, and
Thank you.
once he's like busted the table, essentially he says, "Well, if you two don't mind, we do have others waiting to be seated. You're welcome to move to the drinking car, or there's a gambling car, if you like. Great spots."
Let's hit the gambling car. I don't really feel like drinking another day.
for some reason I've got all this energy now after what I've just eaten. I don't feel like sleeping quite yet. So
Have you ever eaten that much ice cream before, Sonny?
no. I've only ever seen it before, to be honest.
This is going to be very interesting. Okay. Well, let's go on in. I'm now aware of how much I'm vibrating. We're going to the casino. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I just want to like throw a gold piece onto a roulette table as we're going past almost.
All right. Get there. All right. You guys step into the gambling car. There's enough spots here. It's not super packed. There are people here, but it is, still fairly early in the day. Like you boarded the train around noon, and so it's maybe like 1:30. At this point, as you walk into the gambling car, there's like a roulette table. There's a bunch of card tables. A couple like essentially craps tables there. You see there's a smattering of people. Looking around, you also see that like most of the people are dressed really nicely, like suits and everything. Like they're made up to be, going out gambling and going out and doing that. There is one that seems to be a little bit on the rougher side of things. Looks more like perhaps like a hired gun or something like that. Just not like quite at the same level. A dark-skinned male towards the end of the cart over there, playing at one of the tables.
Looks scary. We should avoid him at all costs.
Feel free.
Looks scary. He's exactly what we need to survive.
I guess you probably don't have the marmot with you, or it's dismissed to the extra dimensional.
She died.
Oh, that's right. Didn't mean to rub it in.
She went.
A quick hour and 10. I'll get myself a new one.
Yep. All right. So you mentioned a roulette table. There happens to be one as you kind of like walk in the door.
Oh, perfect. I just literally throw a gold piece onto number 23.
Okay.
Then I will put a gold piece on black.
Oh,
50-50.
we are fighting. Okay. For me to win, you must lose.
All right.
I didn't even remember. This is how much I don't understand the game. I was like, I didn't even know.
Let's see. And as far as black or red. So it does land on a black number. It is not Romy's number, obviously, given the number. So they like gather some of the coins, put Sonny's bet down, like doubles, because it was just black, so that's a double your bet.
I look at Romy and I'm like, yay!
Right. All right. She rolls her eyes and walks on through.
As you guys are like walking through this compartment, you hear the sound of a thump on the top of the roof of this cart. You hear quickly a couple of gunshots go off, and everybody in the cart kind of starts to panic, freaking out. You hear a voice from up above. I know you're on here, and I'm gonna find you. And at that point, we can go ahead and just roll initiative and see where we're all at.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
9.
10.
Okay.
We're both like,
What?
So you guys were walking through.
Why is the ceiling talking? That's weird.
So first to act, you see stepping through the doorway a dark-skinned, like white-haired, obviously like drow figure in dark clothes, kind of a like bandana, black bandana pulled around his face, with a pistol out. You kind of see behind him these two guards that kind of stand in between the carts and stuff, laying down dead. You had just passed him, and this guy steps in. His pistol kind of like slightly smoking from the shots as he walks into this area. Next up is going to be... Hold on. I guess I should put him on the scene. All right. Cyril, you see this figure jump in, this drow figure, and he is scanning this compartment, looking for someone. His gun drawn, smoking up. You can kind of see through the doorway as the rest of this compartment is panicking and scattering. You see that there are two dead guard past this drow figure as he steps in the doorway. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's instant. Just like the 6-shooter comes out, no thoughts, and just fires off the shot.
All right.
And by shot, I do not mean bullet.
Yep.
In fact, we're going to start this off right. We will bonus action the hex at him first.
Okay. Sounds good. He is hex.
And we will choose dexterity.
Okay.
And then we would like to shoot him.
All right. Take your shot.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah. If it does not, then I put someone way too tough against you guys.
And 11 points of damage.
All right. Your shot flies through. What does your shot look like?
So as the gentleman with the like long dark overcoat, hat down low, is wearing dark, like almost welder's sunglasses that cover the whole, like very close to the eye. He pulls out this gnarly looking like old patinaed revolver that's just huge. And he fires off a shot, and instead of like the normal bullet shot, it sounds almost like something trying to imitate a bullet, not quite as loud. It doesn't have that like ringing in the small area thing. And this purplish greenish, like oversized, almost comical, like something you would see almost from a cartoon bullet fires out of the gun, and it hits the guy. And when it hits him, instead of like a physical like bullet diving through, it almost like splashes into him, and where you can see anywhere on his skin where the bullet hit, like a greenish black, like almost like disease looking shot hits, and it spreads out along the veins. It doesn't leave like a physical burst of damage or anything, but it looks like I just shot him with illness.
Very nice.
That's sick, bro.
Very nice. Sonny, you see this exchange. There's a drow behind you and a dark-skinned feature with heavy sunglasses in front of you who just shot past you to hit this drow who's still standing behind you.
This drow, FYI, I have no vision when it comes to Foundry. I'm in darkness.
Oh, you still don't? Okay.
Me neither.
Well.
Yeah, just been using stream. This drow. Let's see.
I'll give you guys vision. I'm sorry. I thought.
That's right.
When I copied you over, the vision would get copied too.
Do I recognize the outfit as one of Mr. Black's? Like, is it right to assume the person they're looking for is us, or are we just unfortunate in the wrong location?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's not like Mr. Black's people wore uniforms to start with. This looks very much like if you thought of like a stereotypical like drow outfit, this is definitely that. It's like dark clothes. There's like spider motifs worked into it. Nothing that says Mr. Black, yes, but nothing that says not either. You know, like.
Okay. This isn't good. This isn't good. I will. I will just cast Firebolt at the drow.
Perfect.
Ah! Oh, 19.
19 will hit.
Ah! 3 fire damage as I try and singe his lovely white locks.
Alrighty. Yeah. He kind of dodges a little bit, so it's not like a full-blown hit, but it does take impact. You see him flinch from the pain.
Almost scurry on all fours, trying to stay low and weave in and out the tables until I'm hiding behind one at the far end. If anything, just to get half cover.
Alright. Romy, you're
I sort of had that moment where I look to my left and I look at this guy with the revolver and I'm just like, I'm on your side.
Yeah, okay. I think Romy sees the drow, and sees the threat that's there, and is horrendously alone. So
my bad.
My bad. I think Romy's going to just prepare for this onslaught. Does the drow have like melee weapons, like is it a sword or what?
Yeah, so he's currently carrying a pistol, a revolver looking object in his hand that seems to be smoking. And as you kind of look at it, it's almost like a greenish smoke rising from it. It's not like a straight just regular smoke. But he does seem to have, you can see underneath like this kind of cloak that he has on behind him, kind of thrown back over his shoulders, like cape style. You see that there is a short sword attached to his hip as well.
Okay. So, bearing in mind that I am 2'6", and these guys are human or human-sized, is the drow looking down at me, or is the drow looking behind me to the man in the corner?
So, I guess you wouldn't have seen his initial glance. At the moment, as you look back at him now, he is kind of shifting his gaze between the kangaroo that just hit him with fire and the guy with the big old pistol that just shot at him, and he's kind of like assessing the danger in the room at the moment, taking on which of these two is his first target.
Right then. I'm going to slowly cast Blade Ward, and then I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my rolling pin.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move, and this is a normal size chair, correct?
Yeah.
Do I now have full cover behind this small chair?
Yeah, I guess from that angle you could probably be in such a way that you're fully covered by the chair.
And also the table, in essence, really.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's
So,
a lot of stuff in between you two.
So there I am with a shimmering rolling pin of violence, and I have an invisible shield designed to protect me from being hit. Life is good. Let's go.
All right. The gunslinger will see. Yeah, he is going to kind of reach his hand out, and these little motes of purplish energy start sparkling within the cabin on the other side of it. I need a dexterity saving throw from Cyril and Sunny.
Oh. I've got 16. I think I can do something else as well. Where is it? Feet. Lucky footwork. When you fail a dexterity saving throw. I've got 16.
You pass.
I got a 9.
You would fail. You start glowing and sparkling as fairy fire has been cast.
This is expected.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do weakened on you just so that I remember that you've been fairy fired. And the drow himself is gonna move like back behind this table and kind of like duck down behind the table, using it for partial cover, as that was his turn. Next will be Cyril.
Holding onto the chair, slowly looking left, seeing the drow right there, and going, it's a good plan.
Yeah, Cyril realizes that he is just covered, and so there's no reason to hide here. We're just gonna start moving up, probably like there.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks good, and we will inflict the other curse that we can upon this gentleman. And I'll use the Hexblade's curse on him. And then we will full on just hit him with another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
I don't think a 9 hits though.
No.
Yeah.
Between the cover that he's kind of thrown up in front of him using this table and chair, your shot just blasts against the table, sending cards and chips kind of like thrown to the side as this man dodges out of that. Alrighty. Next will be Sunny, then Romy.
Okay. See. Pop up over the table, assess the situation, see if I can lock eyes with Romy. I can't with this big guy in front of me, so I'm just like, fucking kill the drow.
I was right there.
I step round just so I have some sort of vision on this drow.
Yeah.
And I will try and connect it via a witch bolt.
Okay.
For a 16 to hit.
16 will miss. Again, it crackles and strikes against the table as the drow is able to kind of like keep himself hidden back behind there.
And then I'll go back behind here. And
Romy, you're up.
I'll
And then
duck down.
Romy is going to climb up on the chair and then on the table, and then from the table it's going to jump to this table. You know, quick 5-foot jump. Anyone can do that. Totally normal. Don't think about it too much, my guy. Good stuff. I'm gonna then jump off the table and thwack the drow in the head.
Okay.
I could have just walked from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't have been as cool. So
It didn't even enter her head until that moment. Okay, so she's going to attack.
yeah,
That can't be right. Oh, that's for other things. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'm using my... Which one do I use for the...
your to
Is
hit
it the
should
maul?
be club or something, right?
A mole? I've got a mole here.
Maul.
Yeah, you wanted to reset
I-
your rolling pin. Remember?
Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, this is the silliness. This is a -2, but with advantage. So that is a nat 20 for 18.
Okay. I mean, the nat 20 means you hit.
So that's... I'm just going to roll this real quick.
15.
That's 15 points of damage.
Damn. Yeah. You smack him good. He's
That's...
reeling just a little bit.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Yeah, see, I think I rolled the wrong thing for the damage. Because I made it with Shillelagh, right?
Yeah,
So do I-
Shillelagh should have been...
Oh,
So,
the
like,
Shillelagh-
the thing is, if you're using Shillelagh, I think it makes it a D8. But then you wouldn't have the minuses to hit. And you could add in... I forget
Right.
what Shillelagh uses. Is it? I think it's still strength, though, right? Or maybe it is
I
minus.
know, Shillelagh, I'm at +5 because it's
You
going...
use spellcasting instead of strength through the attack and damage.
Okay, so yeah, you would do your spellcasting, so it would not be as bad.
If you're fine with saying that my Shillelagh roll to hit is the -2 with the maul, and it deals with the maul's damage afterwards, I love that. If you are not happy with that, I totally understand that.
I'm okay with it because more often than not, it's going to work against you.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, if
Yeah.
if you decide that it's not, and you could pick up something else like a stick and cast Shillelagh on that. If you decide, oh, I'm really going to need to hit something.
I could
Bigger.
have grabbed the croupier's chip handhold, and turn that into opportunities missed now. I regret.
It's
I
okay.
have regret. Oh well.
It's okay.
15 was damage. Boom. Take it.
Yeah, you hit him nice and good. He looks at you a little surprised, like you weren't on his radar for one of his threats. But now that you hit him for a sizable amount of damage, he's gonna turn with his pistol and take a shot.
Is that a disadvantage? Because, he's right next to me.
For most people, it would be, but for someone as skilled in gunslinging as this one is, he is not. That is a 14 to hit.
Can you roll a 1d4, please, and take that away from your attack roll?
Well, in that case, then I think I missed because your AC is a 14, so...
Yeah, I just like to see you roll.
Yeah.
It's
-2, so that's a 12. Yeah.
that misses. That's right. That's right.
But he will stay there. Actually, yeah, he'll stay there, using the cover to try to keep at least those ranged attacks away from him as he tries to deal with you. Cyril, you're up next.
Oh, excellent. It would really be unfortunate if I cannot move the thing on Twitch. I actually have to go to the screen.
Yeah.
If I misstepped to here and shot him.
Yeah, that would negate the extra cover he's got.
So I'm going to do that.
All right. Disappearing in a cloud of kind of energy and reappearing.
Yeah. And look, it's a new character, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. On the other hand, if I roll a natural 1, nothing happens.
Yeah, that'll miss. Roll me a D10.
D10.
Romy
This
go
seems
here.
unfortunate. 10.
Okay. With that, it just slams against the wall, and no extra harm to anyone who's on the other side of this trail.
Okay.
I had to put a chance out there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know, there had to be the opportunity when it's lined up so perfectly. Cool.
Yep.
Anything else on your turn?
No,
I
that'll
guess
be it.
bonus action, unless you wanted to move away.
No, I'm good where I'm at.
Cool. Sonny, you are up. You spotted this dark-skinned gunslinger that was near you kind of disappear and appear on the other side of the room, take a shot at this drow. What are you up to?
Seeing that my witch bolt was terrible, I'll go back to Old Faithful and step out from hiding behind the table and shoot a fireball at him. Firebolt.
The fireball. Yes. Roll for damage.
Every wizard's got to learn, right?
Yeah, right? Oh, wait, I can't sculpt spells yet. Damn.
Oh, sorry, then.
Oh, wait, I'm illusion. I can't sculpt spells ever.
Yeah.
Damn. You miss with
11
that
to hit,
11.
which misses, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will use minor illusion to make a dark, shadowy figure appear here.
Okay.
And then I will run back behind the table.
Alright, so
Watch out, there's a dark shadow reinforcement coming in.
yeah, that white O is apparently a dark, shadowy figure, just for the purposes of
To go.
quick and easy.
Ooh,
Um,
this is a view of a ghost.
Then it is back to Romy.
Yeah. Thwack thwack with the old roller.
Lele.
That's natural. Around a 0.
When you see the 0 pop up on your screen, you can't help but give a laugh. Yeah, that misses. Go figure.
I think my shillelagh actually gets buried in the side of the train wall, and I don't let go. I'm just holding on to it like. Yeah.
Any movement, anything like that?
Yeah. I might look back at performance issues. And will then misty step away from her. I will be using my dun 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 step of the Fae as a taunting step. Oh no, actually, has anyone been injured yet?
No, only the drow so far, because he cast fairy fire, and then basically after that he tried to hit you and missed.
Right,
That's
okay.
all he's gotten a chance to. Sunny is down 1 hit point just because he didn't heal fully, but other than that,
That's fine. Sunny can take it. I will then disappear doing a taunting step, giving disadvantage to any attacks that the drow may make against anyone other than me.
okay.
They need to do a DC 13 charisma save.
Charisma saving throw. Okay. Natural 20, 22.
Son of a... It's fine.
So he doesn't
20.
have disadvantage if he hits someone
Does
else.
not have
Okay.
disadvantage at all. He's fine, but my girl is away.
Yeah. All right. As you disappear, he turns towards Cyril, who is there, glistening and gleaming with his fairy fire on him. Actually, fairy fire is a concentration check. Let me make sure. When he got hit, that will pass. Okay. He is going to take a shot at Cyril now with advantage. That would be a 18 to hit.
Just hits.
Alrighty. This pistol fires off a bolt. It slams into you. The initial strike from the bullet does 8 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage. And this like greenish smoke rises up from the bullet again as he kind of snarls at you, and then will shift. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted, because I'm on the watcher screen and not my screen. Just shift to the other side of that table to put some cover between himself and everybody else as best he can. And then it is back to the top, which is Cyril, I believe.
Shoot her! You have the shot! Take it! Shoot her!
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna fire off another shot.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
good. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll step up just a little bit, fire off the shot.
Okay. It's only partial cover there from the table,
Yeah.
but
21.
that will hit.
It will be so it's going to be 11 plus 5 is 16 plus 2 more is 18
Okay.
points of damage.
More. Yeah, he slams into him, and he kind of growls out in pain as he is starting to look a little bloodied.
Mm-hmm.
Any more movement or anything with bonus action?
Yeah. Yeah, we will no bonus action, but we will just there's a table there that we'd like to be behind.
Sounds good. Sounds good. You take cover behind that table as best as you can. Sonny, you are up next.
Okay. I will run to this side of the cabin, hoping to get a straight line of shot.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, this. Which bolt again?
Okay.
For 11 again.
Again, we'll miss. He is naturally dexterous and is able to kind of dodge out of the way.
I will then drop the minor illusion and basically make it reappear up here. But this time, the shadow figure's arms are wide, as like they're going to grab, almost like a sleeping angel that slowly moves towards.
Okay.
And then I'll definitely run back down and hide behind my little table.
Alrighty. Romy, you're up, followed by the gunslinger.
Bonus action, reaching up blindly onto the table and grabbing any chips that I can find to stuff in my pocket. Action, gonna fire off underneath the table, through the table, onto the drow.
Okay.
It's a brilliant shot, very easy, no one needs to worry about it. Here we go. It's an 18.
Sadly, with all the things you're firing through, it does not hit.
I'm so sad.
I know. I'm sorry. He's got good AC, and then I'm giving him a little bit of cover. If he didn't have cover, that would have hit. But with
Yeah, sure. I'd like to think the fairy hands get frustrated and just give up halfway through.
like, can't weave through all these things.
Did I at least find any casino chips up there?
Roll me sleight of hand.
Oh my god. 12? That's a good number.
It's not a bad number. You didn't get chips though. You got like Where is that? That's the craps table. So you actually grabbed the dice that were up there because they were sitting on the edge for the person who was going to be.
Wait, I have the dice, but there are other dice for the craps table as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but these are the kind of dice they use. Nice. I'm going to take those. Thank you very much.
Great. I just opened something for my future problems.
Yeah. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is he?
The drow's gonna peek out, take aim at Cyril again, and take a shot. Oh, it's an awful roll. Even with advantage, he only rolled a 13. So his shot slams into this roulette table. That is his turn. Cyril, you're up.
We're gonna walk over to like here
Okay.
and fire off another shot.
Okay.
Where is it? There it is. 22.
22 will hit. Yep.
So that will be 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage slamming into him. He growls in pain. There is like these various marks of that like green kind of sickly energy that you noticed on his skin before, kind of getting worse now. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, we're gonna walk back behind our table.
Dive back. Yeah, no problem. I don't blame you.
It helped us quite a bit last time.
Sonny, you are up.
Being annoyed with Witch Bolt, I will go back over here to where I was before and fire a firebolt
Okay.
at this drow. An 8 as it just flies past.
Yeah, it just slams into the wall kind of near him.
I run back, but this time I actually sit on my bum and I just lie like, well,
You hate those. Romy, you're up.
Remy is inspired
I thought she was going to sit down.
and fires off an Eldritch Blast at ridiculously close range.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Oh, damn. Second one for
Oh,
the sesh.
dang.
Roll again. Give me the
that's where all
damage.
my good rolls are gone.
Yeah.
That's 15 points of damage. Oh, yeah. Do I roll again? No, I'm only level 4. So
No, that's it. I just meant like roll the damage up.
15 points, my
Yeah, he is looking beat on. Not looking great.
Good.
And it's his turn. He is going to walk
Shoot.
up closer. He's gonna well, I mean not that close. He's gonna walk closer. He's gonna take a shot at Cyril. Hoping he actually
Gives
hits.
me like kids at laser tag where they're just like that with the guns over the table.
Yeah, 22 to hit.
Ah!
That'll hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll some
Silvery
damage.
barbs.
Okay, silvery barbs comes off. I gotta roll one more time.
Do it. Yeah.
Which makes a 13, which we'll miss then.
Absolutely.
I will then give my scaly companion the advantage.
Then he will step out and let's see, that was 5, 10, 15, 20. And then you can kind of hear him climbing up the edge of the rail car itself. As you can kind of see there's like speckles of blood in spaces where he is left walking past. We are going to go to the next in the initiative order, which is actually Cyril.
We will give chase.
Yeah.
So, is he visible when I walk out the door?
Yeah, he is like about to pull himself up onto the roof, but his movement did not allow him to get further. So,
Is he am I within 5 feet, or is he like up 5 feet from where I'm at? Kind of.
We can say he's up enough.
Okay.
Like he's up about 10 feet. So
Yeah, we're just gonna pull another shot.
yeah, makes sense.
You got an advantage.
I do have advantage. Which I desperately needed. So the 23 will take.
23 will hit. Yep.
18 points of damage.
18 points.
Please.
You see him fall off the roof and slam onto the kind of the stairwell and the decking right above here. His hand going limp, his gun falling onto the ground, and he just lays there. The gun flying past as the train continues to move on. Yeah, he is dead, and you guys are out of initiative order.
I immediately just go up and start rifling through all of his pockets.
Yeah.
Anything in his possession becomes in my possession.
Yeah.
Ignoring weapons, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's got on him. He has on him probably about 35 gold.
Okay.
You also find. Actually, give me an investigation roll. See how well you find things that could be hidden on him.
How's a 19 sound?
19 sounds really good. You find tucked within his cloak, there's like a little pocket that's sewn into a spot, and you find 2 pieces of folded up paper within there.
Okay.
Are you taking the moment to look at them now, or
just stick him in my pocket? We are rifling through this guy before anybody else gets here to make sure that nobody else gets their hand on what I'm pretty sure is in my pocket.
Okay. Sonny, you would be the next kind of. Well, I mean, we're out of initiative, but so you saw this. You too see this drow or this run out. You see another dark-skinned figure who could very well be of similar ancestry. Kind of chase after him, and you hear a shot go off, and you hear a thud. You can't see the outcome of it. You do notice that the drow or the figure that just gave off the shot stops glowing this kind of purplish glow light. What are you up to?
I go to the center of the cart and just look down and look at Romy and like, what the fuck was that? Was that from Mr. Black or?
Get over here. Get behind that table. I call out from behind the table. I go, "Excuse me, sir. What the hell was all that about?"
This voice comes out that does not match what the gentleman looked like, right? He was in this battle-scarred, almost heavy-looking armored trench coat, big gnarly gun, black hat, got the sunglass, and you hear this voice that could only be attributed to somebody in their late teens, early 20s, who's definitely not sure of themselves and is like, gambling debt.
From your angle, you see Romy's head shoot out of a 90-degree angle near the floor by the table leg, and her face is scrunched up what the? And she then gets up on her feet, dusts herself down, and she starts walking up to you hold on. Something's up here.
Seeing Romy come walking at him, he thinks fairly quickly, reaches into his pocket and pulls out 20 gold, and he's like, your guys' share?
Oh, yes, that's very nice. Thank you very much.
10 gold each. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I suppose that's. Here you go, and 10 gold for Sunny.
I don't really understand, but I'll take the gold.
Yeah. So, friend, what was that about?
And Bill, once we're pretty sure that he's got nothing left on him,
Yeah.
we just kind of push that body right off the train.
All right. Yeah, he falls off the train and goes, tumbling past as the train kind of moves on, rolling off into like this sandy runoff next to the train.
I'm walking back in. Yeah. I owed him some money for a gambling debt, and he was very upset about it. Yeah.
Yes, no, and that's what happens with gambling debts. That's why we don't gamble.
Looks around the room we're in.
Yeah, I mean, not every day. Although,
You mean that could happen to me if I lose?
3 days. a week.
Maybe.
Last time I'm gambling at roulette, then.
Well, look, if you do,
It was poker, not roulette. You're good.
yeah.
Understood. I pull out my list and write "Don't play poker" in it, and then put my list back away.
I'm quite good at poker myself. I kind of pride myself, really. Okay, so I find myself at a loss. We just helped you murder that man, and I don't even know why.
Because
Maybe
he
a
was
drink
shooting
will
bullets
probably-
at everybody. He was clearly deranged and upset. Not in his right mind, I'm sure.
Quick insight check here.
All right. Roll. You don't have to tell him whether it's persuasion or deception. We'll just go by whoever wins that roll. Clearly not telling you 100% of the truth.
Maybe a 13.
Yeah, he's clearly hiding something from you in his cagey responses. He's lying for sure.
Well, now she really doesn't know what to feel. But she goes, "Do you have a place to stay?"
You know what? It might behoove me to find a new one.
Sorry, I got it. There's someone at the door. I got to do it real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it might do really well for me not to stay at the place I was staying a few moments ago.
Are you on? As I creep my head out, are you traveling the train for the whole 3 days? Are you going to the end?
Sure.
Oh, hi.
The end sounds good.
Yes, that's where we're going. Oh, fantastic! So we should go together.
Well, I kind of like pull Romitus silent. This person's not giving like any straight answers. Like,
Yes, he's definitely some kind of crooked.
and then as you say that, I'm like, wait a minute, and I look at you both like you both never give me straight answers.
No, I give you answers to any question you want to ask. I'm here for you. But friendship is about having faith, and maybe asking questions all the time isn't necessarily indicative of a supporting relationship.
Watching this like tete-a-tete going on, he starts to get nervous, and Cyril pulls off his hat, and his shockingly bright white hair contrasts against the very almost drow-like complexion, right? Like,
Yeah.
And he kind of like brushes his forehead back, kind of like wipes the sweat off, pulls the hat back down.
Wow.
You see, there are people that are starting to like filter their way back in. Like they had scattered when the gunfire went off, and now that it's gone silent, like there's a couple of like guards that seem to be like peeking their head in, with like pistols drawn, and then there's like the patrons that were in there that were crowded in the nearby cars that are now like kind of starting to look in, like they're trying to figure out what happened.
I just look at the guards and I'm like, he took off running, man. I don't know.
Yes, that's right. He did. This man was safe and protected myself from what surely would have been a ravishing of the highest order.
You don't know why he came in and started attacking everyone?
No, sir. He yelled some weird gibberish about some kind of demon or something. I don't know what he was on about, but clearly he was insane.
Say roll a deception, but I rolled a 4 on my insight, so it doesn't matter. Unless you roll really bad, I guess.
We're good.
All right.
I did not roll very bad. I rolled the opposite of very bad.
That is true. I can see your not so very bad roll. Yeah, the guard's like, oh, well, thank you for handling it. It's odd, but every now and then you get some weirdos out there.
Yes, you do. It's good to see that there are still real men who are able to step up and protect women from demon shouting weirdos.
Definitely did it because of that.
Yep.
Well,
I'm sure that Sonny can actually see that neither Romy nor Cyril are actually engaging anyone in the room with eye contact at all.
And the guards like
Summer is actually just questioning his own memories. Like, I don't remember him saying any of that stuff. Like,
the guards
am I
kind
that
of
much
like
of a coward? Did I run away that much? I've got to be stronger. Be more observant next time.
the guards shuffle past and start like clearing up the space. You see there's like an attendant that kind of comes running in and starts to like quickly repaint spots on the wall where like the gunshots went off or the firebolt had left like a little bit of a fizzle blast here. And like quickly they're just working to make this place look normal, and it doesn't take long. Like several attendants rushing in, the dealers come back in and the tables are like straightened up and things are put in their places again. One starts looking around for a pair of dice, but other than that, like pretty soon it looks as if nothing had really happened. Yeah, what are you guys up to?
Real quick, Bill, I do want to mention that I did get 8 hit points back when that gentleman decided he was no longer on the mortal plane.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't sound good at all.
I mean, you couldn't see it. It's out of your vision.
It was right there. It was right there, my guy.
I was outside.
Yeah, no, I didn't see shit. But to be clear, the GM saying sounds good. Very much not. But okay. What are we doing? I mean, people are staring at us, and that was like the last thing that Romy wanted.
Yeah.
I think.
Are you still illusion naked right now as well?
Oh yeah, at this point for sure.
Yeah, has not had a chance to buy clothes since they got burnt off. So, like, the illusion is keeping clothes on, but if anyone were to physically inspect, would find no clothes underneath.
Yeah. I think she's mindful of this as she's pushing through the throng of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's probably going to sidle through, and if there are any luggage racks at all where someone may have left their luggage out there, I may snaggle a piece of clothing here or there over the course of this next 6 hours.
Okay.
Just to have some clothes.
Yeah. Roll me
An ex-boyfriend's flannel shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check.
Wow, a 17.
Okay. Surprisingly, you're able to track down clothes of a size that are similar to yours. Probably not, obviously perfect fits, but there are halflings and gnomes and stuff that are on the train, so you're able to kind of find some that are generally close enough to kind of fit you.
Find a one-piece onesie
Yeah.
with like a skull with an axe on the top of it, and it very clearly belongs to some orc baby. And it's actually a good fit for me. It's fine. So 2'6", 9-month-old orc baby. Go. So,
Feety pajamas.
Yeah.
with the red and white stripes. It's exactly what I had in my head. It's exactly what I had in my head.
Perfect. Yeah, you're able to track
If
that
you're
down.
constantly having an illusion on, I'd be worried someone might notice them.
Yeah.
No, I 100% have to keep the illusion on because there's clearly an orc mother who's looking for her child's clothing. And if she sees some freaking old gnome lady rocking them up, I'm gonna get thrown out of the freaking train, spiraled up.
Oh. All right.
Route.
And as you guys are finding your clothing and such, kind of gathering your wits, are we heading back towards the sleeping car, or you guys staying in the gambling car? What's your directions?
The plan was to eat, gamble, sleep, but now we've had gunshots and maybe new friends, so maybe drinks and chat to figure out who he is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. It's
We
just.
don't want to
it's
invite
just
him back to the room. Don't know who he is yet.
Fair enough.
I was 100% going to invite him back to the room to find out who he was.
Oh, but what, then if he's in the room, we don't know who we can't get into. It's harder to get into leave. It's this way we can be like, okay, let's catch you later, bye.
Okay. We'll play it safe. That's a good idea.
Just worried.
No, I understand.
Long week this has been.
Listen, it's not like I've actually spent a lot of time in my whole life without a strong man by my side. So with Odd gone and with Braids gone, you're a wizard, brilliant in what you do, but we need a strong man by our side.
I know. I try and puff out my chest. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. You're lots of things, Sonny, and they're all really, really good. You're just not strong. Physically. Mentally, emotionally, maybe. But I mean, honestly, I think she might try and push you to prove a point.
You don't need to. I'm at that level of intelligence there. I'm like, yeah, I know. Punching's not my thing.
Bear in mind that her strength is 7. I don't know how effective her
Oh
push.
shit! My strength is 9, so you go to punch me and you might actually push yourself away.
Yeah. You're very weak. It's a weird thing.
Gives me some weird self. Maybe I am stronger than what I thought.
No, damn it didn't work.
You guys kind of find a spot in the drinking car. You find yourselves a table that is empty at the moment and settle down for drinks. And at that point, I think is a good point for us to take a 15-minute break here. So everyone kind of, whatever, use the restroom, grab a drink. For those of us joining, thank you very much for joining us live here on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube. If you're just joining us now, we have all the previous episodes are available over on YouTube. You can check them out there. and we'd love to have you join us for future ones. So we're trying to nail down our summer schedule here, and we'll get that hopefully quicker than we have been in the past. So we do this live every other week, so keep an eye out for us. Follow our YouTube channel especially. We'll have our little like going live coming up sort of thing pop up. And other than that, we'll be back. Yeah, we're going to take our quick 15-minute break, so hang in there with us, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for rejoining us here. The group was able to deal with this mysterious drow gunslinger who came in looking for people, and having dealt with them, they've kind of retired themselves to the drinking car to kind of unwind a little bit after this unexpected action in the middle of the day. So we join our party as they settle in at a table, the only empty table in this bar, and with say already have a couple drinks in front of them and kind of getting themselves established there together.
So, hello. Starting off,
Hi.
my name is Sunru. Your name is...
He'll tip the hat to the lady, of course. I'm Cyril.
Cyril.
Lovely to meet you. My name is Romy Lightfight.
So, what brings y'all to start throwing fire at people for no reason?
They started shooting first.
That's true. Most people's reactions to other people shooting at them is not to throw fireballs or hit them with rolling pins.
Well, not like
Let's
most.
just say it's been a hell of a week, and yeah, we're not like most anymore.
That's fair. That's fair.
So why are you traveling the train?
I would like to go to point B from point A.
That's fair. Sometimes moving on is better than handling an issue.
Not being where you were is one of the best things in life.
Our route is already lost with all these metaphors.
It's true. She looks up over at Cyril and is like smiles and goes, I think we made a pretty good team.
Can't complain.
Wonder if maybe you can see a benefit to the three of us staying close for at least the length of this journey, and perhaps until we are all ensconced in the city.
You can see him rubbing his chin where he's like, obviously trying to grow facial hair, but not capable of doing so. Like it's got like a cup, like at the corners, there's like a couple of little. And he's pretending, like very obviously, like I think I could see my way through that. It's about this time that he actually like pays attention and realizes that Sunru is not just like another halfling or something, right? And I could see my way to helping out a nice lady like yourself and and another person. That'd be good, yeah.
He's a kangaroo then.
He's a kangaroo.
Yes.
Nice
Cool.
to meet you.
Kangaroo.
That's perfectly normal where you're from.
She just smiles and goes,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I can't say I have ever seen a walking, talking, flame-throwing kangaroo in my life.
Well, maybe one of the few that can talk, but I think I might be one of the only ones that can see the weave and throw the fire, as you say.
Well, I'll be damned.
Rogue
About
is-
this time, he'll throw back the shot of whiskey that he ordered, and the look on his face is the absolute look of a child who has tried whiskey for the first time. Just the like, oh, yeah, smooth.
I don't mean to pry. I wouldn't normally ask, so
Then don't.
I'm going to put my hand on his arm real quick and just go, there, that's fine. And I think I'm going to cast Identify. Just on him immediately. And it was just spell wise. That's what I need to know. If there are any spells currently affecting him.
No.
Okay. I figured as much. But Romy has had a hell of a day. So she's like, okay. Well, good.
Oh. Second. Is that a divination spell?
That is it is a divination spell.
It does not work.
Yep, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you've casted on items that like weren't magical, and it told you that. Like you got that from the spell. You just get nothing. Like the spell, you cast it, you felt the energy go out. It's almost as if you didn't cast it at all.
Okay. So externally, everything that I just said before, very good. This way. Internally, it's the alarm from Kill Bill. So yeah, that's definitely on her mind now. But otherwise, everything's A-okay.
But I think, due to y'all's friendliness, what I could do is offer to pay for your meals, maybe your drinks for the trip, just out of kindness in my own heart, since y'all being so kind to offer me a different bunk than the one I was previously in.
Yeah. Did we offer that?
I mean, you asked where I was staying, and you seemed to be intimating as such.
Inference. Yes. Yes. Well, I don't know, Sonny. How do you feel about that?
Thinking back to remembering if my door locked. It did lock. I'm good if you are. That's fine.
Okay then. Suddenly realizing, as I had chosen the middle, I definitely would be in the adjacent room regardless, and I'm now regretting that decision.
It's one of the things that I was just thinking about.
All right. Well, excellent. In which case, would you like to share our compartment?
I would be more than happy to. I appreciate the offer.
Lovely. In which case, I'll have a wine.
And another whiskey, please. Yeah. Flags down a waiter and makes the order and pays for it.
Glass of goat's milk. Whatever milk you have. Something.
Looks at you a bit odd. All right, well, I'll run down to the kitchen and we'll grab you some.
Some bar business.
Drops off first the wine and the whiskey, and I'll be right back, dear. And like rushes off, comes back a few more minutes later with a glass of cold milk. Sets it down. There you are.
If we ran out of milk for my coffee because you've been drinking milk on this trip, I would be very unhappy. So,
And he just pulls out a gold and hands it over.
All right.
It's almost like he doesn't realize that there would be change. He just hands them one gold.
Yep. She like looks at it and slides it into her apron. She reaches in and like hands you like 3 silver back.
Cool. Tip.
Appreciate it. She scrambles off.
So, Cyril.
Yeah.
You see that? I gesture towards, obviously, your revolver. So, what is that? Like, okay, I know it looks like a gun, but
oh, it is a gun.
Bullets that came out.
He pulls out the revolver, sets it on the table, spins it around so the handle's facing you. Let's hold it.
As my tiny hand goes to grab it, and there's a huge difference. I then other hand comes in. Like I look over, I inspect it. I don't cast anything on it, but I am intrigued by this item.
There are no bullets in the chambers.
So I'm like, so where the ammo? Did you load it before shooting? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Quick hands.
Fascinating. I take you as your word at the moment. You give me no reason to not trust you.
I've given you every.
I know. But Sunroot
is not
very naive.
Yeah.
Sunder is the best of us.
Yes.
oh my god! I hope he wins.
Well, it was very useful. I felt like I did nothing.
So you gotta hand it back, right?
Yeah.
And instead of reaching for it, he just his hand goes out to the side. The gun disappears from your hand and appears in his. He spins it once and drops it in the holster.
Wow. I got that. No, I've got so many more follow-up questions. No. Yes. What's the distance on that? Is it just you? Can you make it go somewhere else? Is it just bringing it back to yourself?
I got fast hands.
Let's leave the nice man and his lovely new toy alone, shall we, Sonny?
I turn to the milk, take a swig, have an awkward mustache. Now.
Romy is instantly jealous as soon as she sees what the gun can do. And she wishes she had something exactly like it. And she thinks back to her little spell book and she goes, "Ah, that's nowhere near as cool." But it
A
is
rolling pin, though.
What?
So that rolling pin, though.
Yeah.
You did. That drow did not see it coming.
I think the drow did see it coming, and that made it so much more scary. Yeah, I think a couple more wine is going to pass in terms of time and drinks. I think just
More
getting to
general, just getting to know each other.
yeah. And
Yeah.
during that time, can I be doing a little bit of prestidigitation over the time? Like drink, and I'm just very, very methodically taking the number one on one side of the dice, one of the two dice that I have, and I've just been brushing on the one side, making it lighter and lighter and lighter. Just by sheer shaving it down with tiny effect on the prestidigitation. Because it's cleaning it to the point where it's actually taking the skin off the top of it.
I don't think that's exactly how prestidigitation would work.
It's outrageous. Alright, fine. Take a shot.
Yeah. I got to be careful because even these innocuous rulings eventually come back to bite my in the ass. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that you would have to do something more substantial to enforce, to enact the change of weight on a die.
I think then what I will do is I will use prestidigitation, and I will put a magic mark on the one side and turning it into not the one side, that won't work because of the number that's there. Oh, that's so frustrating. But it has to be on the one side. Yeah, I'll do it on the one side. I'm going to create one magic mark which is the color of the actual dot. And then I'm going to do 6 dots, which are the color of the normal dots on the number 6 on the other side. So it's got 2 6s, which can only be seen one at a time because the other one would be hidden from the other side of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I will say I think we can either turn in or we can perhaps go in the craps table, see if we can make some money.
Yeah. The table was on the way back, and it was quite interesting to see how quickly they cleaned the room up, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be interesting. See if there's actually a game going. They might be shut for the night. All right.
Cyril, I think we're going to go gamble if you want to join us in case we need to buy drinks.
Sure.
Hey,
Can't
Cyril.
hurt to see what's going to happen here.
I show Cyril subtly, like under the table, the dice, and I show him the 2 6s on it, and I look at him and go, "This could be quite fun."
Could be interesting.
All right, let's head on over, and she'll lead the 3. Is there a game going?
Yeah. The cart, they quickly cleaned up and got things turned back around, and several of the patrons, returned, not having much else to do on this long train ride, other than gamble and drink.
Good luck, guidance.
Ah, nice. Appreciate it. I give you guidance too.
All right.
Just in case.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, so the magic march should last for an hour.
Okay.
And we'll proceed to roll, hoping to, and I'm setting bets on the high as much as possible, working to the skew the odds in that favor.
All right, so give me. Let's do sleight of hand with advantage and the D4 from guidance. How much are you betting?
Oh, 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces is where we're starting off. Okay.
Bill, I would like to ready an action.
Okay.
I am going to ready prestidigitation
Okay.
if something goes wrong with this.
All right.
If it does, I'm going to set off another gunshot coming from the door.
Okay.
Just the sound.
Prestidigitation,
Can't
does
you-
that take any components?
It is vocal and somatic.
So you would have to say something and make a gesture.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Okay.
I got all of that.
Okay.
That'll be a that'll be a holy shit, look. You know.
All right.
So I rolled a 12. I'm going to add the D4.
Is that
Making
with advantage as well?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I did bad.
That's what you get for the double net 20 earlier.
It's true. Nat 20s when I'm fighting definitely bad guys. Mid rolls whenever I try and do anything vaguely nefarious.
It's probably for the best. Keeps it from getting too crazy.
Yet, nothing has taught us to not do nefarious things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So, craps is a game where it can go on for a long time.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, I think with that roll, you don't lose outright, but you didn't like hit any of your numbers. So then the question is, do you keep going? Do you hand the dice over?
I'm going to keep going, 100%. Like, I feel like I've cracked the system here.
So you can roll again, but you won't have guidance because if Sunru keeps casting guidance while you're in there, that will for sure set off alarms. So he probably cast it on your way in, and that was fine. It held. But
I'm gonna go with my sleight of hand then. Do I still have my advantage?
yeah, you still have advantage because your dice are still rigged.
All right, let's go.
What are you trying to roll? I don't understand.
Oh no! I rolled a 7 and I rolled a 3.
With that, you
Cyril leans down to Sunner and he's like, "Nobody understands craps. Don't worry about it."
with that you crap out, and your 5 gold is gone.
I throw the dice into the pile of other dice at the side of the table, and I get on with my day.
Okay.
I don't keep the rigged dice.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
All right. Anyone else doing anything or?
Nope.
Okay. Probably for the best. I mean, there was great potential there. It's just the rolls did not go your way.
It was as it should have been forever and ever. Amen. Nefarious things fail.
Let me know your plans next time. I can at least try and help.
Oh yeah, no, she has to also learn that as well, and maybe I do as well. We'll work on that.
What are
What I
plans
saw
are?
is you go, let's go throw dice, give them 5 gold, and leave.
Yeah.
They do not understand the game at all.
Oh, I've been getting craps table videos on YouTube recommendations recently.
Oh gosh.
Like, the algorithms decided that I need to be watching guys playing at craps tables for 30 minutes at a time.
The biggest roller coaster of a game I've ever played in my life. Like, almost broke to like almost even, and back and forth, and then I was like, you know what, screw this, I'm gone. Like, I can't take it. My heart cannot take this.
It's too much.
It's I can't do it. I can't do it.
That and roulette, I'm just like, bro, my luck will not sustain me through this. We're not playing this game.
Yeah. All right. You guys retire to the sleeping car? Is that where we're headed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it go through the food car?
The food car is technically in the other direction, but
Then yeah, that's fine. We'll go to the sleeping car. I was just gonna steal some food or take some food on the way through, but
I mean, you're also welcome to
makes
like
no
grab
difference.
some, come back, or call for food.
exactly.
I got rations. I got spices. I can make you something in the room. We got McDonald's up.
Fine.
These are nice rooms. There's like a little like heating stove in the corner with stuff like a kettle and things like that. So if you want like in-room tea or whatever, you've got it. All right.
All right.
So you got your rooms. Is that you guys retiring for the evening? Just kind of taking a rest.
A bed.
No. And for you, it would be like a huge, like they're decent size anyways. But for Sunru and Romy, these are ginormous.
I guess if we've chatted, we've talked, we've done all that. What sort of time is it now? We're looking on what, early evening?
Yeah, we can call it somewhere in there, early evening. But it's been a very long day, so.
Probably, yeah. Unless anybody calls for me, I'll spend some time in my room. I'll pull out my tome.
Yeah.
And sit at the desk, light a candle. Kind of reminds me of being back home in the library.
Yeah.
Except for the constant rattling of the train car over the tracks. Take a read. Been watching Romy and even the Cyril do this thing where they disappear and reappear, and I have started to notice some of the patterns in the weaves now, seeing it in multiple people, and I kind of feel like it may be something in my repertoire coming forward. So
cool.
I have a little think about that, and just read my tome and relax to myself.
Sounds good.
With a locked door.
Locked door.
Locked door.
Mm-hmm.
Romy, what are you up to?
Romy is going to spend an hour to ritually cast to get Marmot back. Junie. Hey, Junie. We've made a new friend and we lost Braids. Have a moment there, then lie down on the bed and will contemplate how else she can rob this casino.
All right. And Cyril, as you kind of get in, the other two go into their rooms. Shut the door behind them. What are you up to?
Cyril very casually just lays down on the bed, tilts the hat over his eyes, kicks his feet up, hands behind his head, and relaxes.
Okay.
He is in a place that nobody expects him to be, and he has handled what he thinks is his only pursuers. So
sounds good.
We get to relax.
Speaking of pursuers, do you look at any of the things you pulled out from his?
Oh yeah, now would be a good time. Now that I remember that I have those two things.
Oh yeah.
You pull out the papers and you like unfold them, and you see the first paper is like a wanted paper, and it's got your image on it. And then as you kind of like turn and look at the other page, it's a wanted paper, and it's got your two friends' images on it.
Oh, so one's got mine and one's got theirs?
Yep.
Okay. Whereas a second ago he was very relaxed and chill and thinking he'd handled his situation, he now realized he has joined with other people who are being hunted. Yeah. So I'm gonna light a candle in the room because I'm sure there's a candle.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And I will burn the one with my wanted poster.
Okay.
And the one with their wanted poster will go back into my pocket, and I will once again lay back on the bed and relax.
Perfect. Yeah, with that, I think you guys settled down. After the long day, the excitement of the fighting, the rocking of the train as it kind of clanks along, and eventually sleep will find you guys. I also think that's probably a good place to end today. We have some other off-screen stuff that we need to work on as a group, so we're going to jump to that. Thank you, everyone who joined us live here. Anyone who's catching this later, check back any of the last episodes. They can all be found on YouTube, or future episodes will be live on YouTube, Kick, or Twitch. Join us, say hi. If you got an Amazon Prime sub, we'd love to hopefully earn that. If you're not using it elsewhere, it'll be great, as it helps just pay for some of the stuff I use, all the programs, subscription to our video chat stuff, all those things that allow us to kind of do this and continue. We do appreciate it. With that, thank you very much. Speaking of Twitch viewing and such, is there a scheduled stream here coming up, Dawson?
Oh yeah, I'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. We're gonna be playing some more Monster Train 2, I think.
Okay, so that's about 6.5 hours for anyone who's not in Pacific time zone. Check out Crunchax on Twitch.
Yeah.
And, okay, just making sure I had it right before I
Yep.
I logged
You
out.
got it right.
Check out
Yeah.
Crunchax on Twitch in about 6.5 hours. So love you all, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.